Hello and welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable. Today is the last Red Wolf Roundtable for this semester. You already know who I am. I'm Cooper the Juicebox Melder. Alongside me, as Tristan would say it, brother from another mother, Tristan the Juicebox Harlen.
I get the Juicebox nickname?
Yeah.
This is why I like it when you open this show. But yeah, we got a good show. Oh, my fault. I didn't see you throw the horns there. We got a good show today, everybody. I said last week this is kind of going to be the last time we're at this setting. Things didn't work out as I originally planned it, so here we are back at our sports desk. But we have a lot of exciting things to do today. Today marks the return of the Red Wolf Roundtable Awards show. But before we get into that, we have some business to take care of.
We do.
Now, I don't know if everybody's been paying attention to the news as of late for Arkansas State Athletics, but our football team and our women's soccer team got hit with some NCAA sanctions, which pretty much means they broke the rules.
Yes, so you're seeing here they're going to get hit with a $15,000 fine. Coach Dooley, he will face a one-game suspension and be on probation for a year. And there is 4 different players on the soccer team that played over 82 games in total, and all of their wins that they played in will be vacant wins.
Yep, and it was mentioned that Coach Dooley had paid for parents to fly in, their hotels, their meals, for the recruits to come, and they eventually, I think only all of them but one joined the Arkansas State Red Wolves soccer team, and so now they're going back, and the NCAA is knocking on the door of our A-State Athletics saying, hey, pals, can't be cheating like that. Even though Nick Saban openly admitted to, tampering with the transfer portal on the draft last night. But,
Well, he's not a head coach anymore,
yeah,
so
what does he care? But not only did the soccer team get hit with some stuff, the football team as well got hit with some things. I do believe it was kind of similar to the transfer portal situation.
Linebacker coach.
Yeah, linebacker coach was reaching out to a D2 prospect that had not yet entered the portal and making, I don't know exactly what the logistics behind it was. I think he was making some promises, trying to get him to come into the portal to come to Arkansas State University. But, I can't sit here and say that I didn't tell everybody that, this was going to happen with the transfer portal, because I didn't do it on Red Wolf Roundtable. I did it amongst conversation with Cooper and myself. But this is probably the first of many cases of something like this happening. Especially with how prevalent the transfer portal is in collegiate athletics nowadays. Because, let's be frank. Who's to say that this is not going on everywhere else?
Oh, yeah. The saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Yeah. And so it's only a matter of time that, the soccer team, they got hit with a little bit harder than the football team. Football team had to lose 2 weeks of recruitment, and they couldn't have any, visits, quote unquote, during the spring game. There were some, but that was already planned. They couldn't invite people to the spring game. But, it's only a matter of time before we'll start seeing bigger schools start to get hit with a lot harsher punishments, because they'll be tampering a lot more than Arkansas State would be necessarily. But besides all the bad news, there is some good news in today with the men's golf team.
Yeah, so for those of you that may not have heard, the men's golf team actually won the Sun Belt Conference Championship the other day. They beat the Texas State Bobcats and ULM going to the NCAA Championships. And, Cooper, we talked about this for 3 years now. We want to see a team win the Sun Belt Conference. Men's basketball got close, but the men's golf team finally got on the cusp of the Sun Belt Conference Championship.
Yeah, they did. They finished -4 as a team. So if you don't understand what -4 is,
I don't.
That means they shot 4 under par. So if the course was a par 72, they shot a 68. So, you know what? Shout out to the men's golf team.
Shout out to our own golfer on the crew, Easton John. He's a big golf guy.
Did he play in the Sun Belt?
No.
He did. You know what? He helped us out at the Dick Clay's sports golf tournament. So that was fun.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because I almost died that day. But, for whatever reason, in 100-plus degree heat index, someone, not mentioned no names, Easton John, Dustin Sullivan, chose to wear black polos. Just saying, doesn't usually work out. But, yeah, so men's golf won the Sun Belt Conference. They're going to the NCAA Championship. We had the NCAA sanctions. But, Cooper, why is today so special for us here at Red Wolf Roundtable?
It's our last show, and the awards show, we get to give out our own awards. Athletics, they do something similar to this. We started this, I would say, freshman year.
Yeah, our first year.
We didn't bring it back last year, and now we're bringing it back this year. So, we have some new awards that we'll be giving out. You'll just have to wait and see what they're going to be and who's going to win them.
Yeah, Cooper. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to gear up for the award show. When we come back, we're going to start unveiling our awards here on Red Wolf Roundtable. Breaking news. There are breaking news, apparently. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Baseball has a new transfer.
They do.
I totally forgot about that. Thank you to my birdie in my ear. And, yeah, so you're seeing the starting pitcher for Game 2, which will happen 30 minutes after Game 1, today's doubleheader. It is none other than Peter Griffin. Lowish, I want to play for the Red Sox and the Red Wolves. But we're going to go to break. Like I said, when we come back, we're going to get ready and gear up for the first annual Arkansas State, or not Arkansas State, but ASU-TV Red Wolf Roundtable Award Show. Sure, we'll work on that.
Pull up the rundown so we can get the...
I think one of the things I learned at Arkansas State was life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it, and that's just something that I live by.
A-State is home, and they're going to treat you like you're a part of the family.
Students should watch ASU-TV just to see the creativity that a college student can get. The creativity that some of these students have is truly amazing. Getting that experience can really just take you further, and I feel like our program does that for a lot of students.
Welcome back to the first ever, second time Red Wolf Roundtable Award Show here on ASU TV. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the first award for Team of the Year. Now, there was a lot of good nominees in this category, but only one team can win.
Yeah, so you're seeing it. Was it going to be bowling? You know, they were runner-ups once again. Was it going to be football? You know, they went bowling this year, technically. They went down to Montgomery, Alabama. Or is it going to be the men's basketball team, you know, reviving a program from the dead? Or is it going to be track and field, who just keeps on winning Sun Belt Conference championships?
Well, Cooper, you know, we set out a poll amongst the crew, and we asked them, you know, what team do you think should win this illustrious award, as some may say? And if I could get a drum roll, please, for Mr. Melder. It is the Arkansas State men's basketball team. Coach Hodson's first year. It says on here that this certificate is given to Brian Hodson and the men's basketball team for their achievements in this season, and proves that this is actually a new era.
Yes, so the thought process of picking the men's basketball team between me, Tristan, and the staff was just, you know, basketball, if you haven't been keeping up with them the past couple of years, they've been the laughingstock of the Sun Belt. We had North Chad and Desi for a little bit, but, you know, that didn't work out. And so with Coach Hodson coming in, bringing in a bunch of new players, they all clicked together and went on a little Cinderella run in the Sun Belt Conference. So with all those factors, we decided to give it to the men's basketball team.
Now moving on to our second award here on the first ever Red Wolf Roundtable Award Show on ASU TV, we go to Best Moment of the Year. If we take a look at the nominees, you'll see...
That's funniest moment.
You'll see some of the best moments.
Those aren't...
You'll see the best moments of the year. You'll see football versus Texas State when they defeated them by a big margin. Troy on ESPNU. Freddie Hicks hitting a game-winning shot to send the Arkansas State Red Wolves to the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Or us, Tristan, Easton, and Cooper, going to Oklahoma, getting cooked in the sun, listening to Toby Keith with Peyton Burr, and losing by 73 points. So you already know which one is going to win this one, Cooper. So what do you think is going to happen here?
I think I'm going to give you a drum roll.
You're going to give me a drum roll? Well, actually, I don't want a drum roll because I think we have video for this specific award. If Mr. Sullivan can cue it up in the control room.
Has to get something going. 2 seconds. Turn around, throws it up. It makes it! It was Freddie Hicks! I told you, Freddie Hicks! Freddie Hicks, the second generation Red Wolf, has clinched the championship spot for the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Freddie Hicks with the isolation play, the one guy you don't expect that from. It's Freddie Hicks with the shot in the lane, sending the Red Wolves to the championship game tomorrow.
So, yeah, the best moment of the year goes to Freddie Hicks III. And this certificate says, let me fix my readers here.
Oh, God.
This certificate is given to Freddie Hicks III for hitting a buzzer beater to send the Arkansas State Red Wolves to the Sun Belt Conference Championship in his first season, possibly only season, as a Red Wolf.
Yeah, so it was kind of, I don't know. I was thinking maybe the Troy game possibly could have won that, but when you're thinking about the shot, the moment, the play, Freddie Hicks, that was probably the biggest moments because, yeah, you could say, well, football, they beat Texas State, 77 to 30. They're going bowling. Yeah, but if you think about what happened at the bowl game, I mean, we shouldn't be celebrating only going 6-6. I think you have to do a little bit more to get celebrated with. So to hit a shot at the buzzer, prime time to go to the championship game, you got to give it to the guy, Freddie Hicks, who's in the transfer portal, who, should probably come back unless you're scared of Kobe Julian taking your spot, but that's all I have to say.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say for the sake of what the shot meant to him, his father played in the NCAA tournament game as a former Indian, not a Red Wolf, because that's what the Arkansas State team was called back then. Just the legacy surrounding that moment is kind of not only surreal for him, not only surreal for Mr. Sullivan and I for getting to call that on Red Wolf Radio because somebody had other things to do, not going to mention no names. But, it was just a fun moment nonetheless, even though they got killed by JMU following game.
Yeah. Seeing that game was awesome. Then, we get ready to call the game. We're doing the same routine we did all week when they were winning, and then they got beat by 30 on ESPN. But, there's just something about the Red Wolves and ESPN and getting blown out. It's just hand in hand.
Yeah, Cooper, and we're going to take another step away. When we come back, we have more awards right here on the Red Wolf Roundtable. Stick around.
Say experience counts, it's experience that counts for a lifetime.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to the Red Wolf Roundtable Awards Show right here on ASU TV. Moving along down the line now, we go to funniest moment of the year.
Yes, funniest moment of the year. It popped up earlier, but if you don't remember, would it be lining up offsides in a bowl game on an onside kick recovery that you ended up getting in a big moment to go 7-6? Or is it when Emma decided to go to WWE and take on the entire USM women's basketball team?
Some call that a handicap match.
Yeah. Or is it good old Rocky Top cries and Butch Jones, he's down 73-0 at Oklahoma live on ESPN and gets caught, having a little meltdown, a little tantrum, some might say. Or is it when Tristan's good old buddy from Memphis, Tennessee came down to talk about the Memphis-Arkansas State game, Jake Brewer? He was a character himself, but there's only one true winner.
And this winner not only gets funniest moment of the year, but Cooper, they are also a dummy.
Yeah.
So drum roll, please. The winner of funniest moment goes to Rocky Top Cries and Butch Jones. And this certificate says, thank you. This certificate is given to Butch Jones for his passion in week 1 in Norman, Oklahoma after giving sub 70 points.
Yeah, we're going to give your thought process, but it's kind of simple. It's not only the fact that we were there at the game and we still have PTSD from it, because if you don't know, Oklahoma, every time they score, they shoot off a gun or a cannon. So we had PTSD from hearing a cannon get shot off for the past, 3 hours of a game.
Your breath stinks.
But, Boomer. But when you're thinking about it, it was the meme of week 1. It's the first, they're hyping up the game all week long. It's on ESPN. It's 11 o'clock kick. It's going to be the first game people see coming out of College game day. Hyping it up. Next thing you know, punt return later. It's 21-0. We get to the fourth quarter, and Butch Jones is crying on the sideline.
Well. We now move on to Coach of the Year, and if any indication after that last award means Butch Jones will not be winning this one, even though he's nominated. So you're looking at Coach of the Year, and you have a great deal of coaches. You have Dr. Jim Patchell, Brian Hodson, Justin Kostick, and Rocky Top cries. So looking at the 3 candidates that is actually viable for this award, you have a Hall of Famer, upcomer, and someone who possibly will be in the Arkansas State Ring of Honor when it's all said and done. But there's only one man that doesn't really get his flowers here on Red Wolf Roundtable that this award specifically should go to. So if you can give me a drum roll, please. Dr. Jim Patchell wins this award, and the certificate says, fix my readers here, this certificate is given to Dr. Jim Patchell for making Arkansas State an absolutely, positively track and field powerhouse.
Wow, absolutely, positively.
Yes.
Wow, big
Great
word.
English.
Yes.
Great English.
Great English. Kind of obvious he wins the Sun Belt Conference Championship every year for men's and women's track and field. Just an absolute powerhouse, an absolute goat of a coach. And, you might be thinking, well, what about Coach Koskett? Well, I said, you know what? Might as well just give him runner-up since that's the only thing they know how to do with bowling. So he get runner-up once again. Congratulations, Coach.
You break me every time we do this stupid show.
Yeah. But back to Dr. Jim Patchell.
Yeah, Dr. Jim Patchell, like we've mentioned here on the show before, he is in the Hall of Fame now. He got nominated I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, something along those lines. Wins Sun Belt Conference championships almost yearly up to this point, making track and field what they are today. But, it's one of those things where us as analysts would not be true analysts of Arkansas State athletics if we didn't show the OG, the Godfather. That's what I'm going to call him now. I'll probably get ridiculed later for it. But getting some kind of award on the show. I mean, like I said, we don't talk about him near as enough as we should. So maybe that's something we look into next year. But Cooper, we still have a lot of awards to go.
We do.
So we're going to take a sip of our water. When we come back, we have more awards right here on Red Wolf Roundtable.
I think one of the things I learned at Arkansas State was life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it, and that's just something that I live by.
A-State is home, and they're going to treat you like you're a part of the family.
Students should watch ASU-TV just to see the creativity that a college student can get. The creativity that some of these students have is truly amazing. Getting that experience can really just take you further, and I feel like our program does that for a lot of students.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV, and now we have kind of the #1 most important award, except for the ones we'll talk about in the last segment for us, and that's the Player of the Year award. Now, Cooper, there's a lot that went into this award. It wasn't just looking at it and just saying, okay, who really should win this one and what it would mean for this player to get it. Now, you're seeing the nominees on your screen now. Caleb Fields, Jalen Rayner, Isaiah Nelson, and Colby Edos. Now, now we're just going to start and we're going to kind of talk about all of them. So we're going to start at Caleb Fields. Caleb Fields, for those of you that may not know, was a senior this past year, finished his career as an Arkansas State Red Wolf, arguably one of the greatest point guards of all time. I've said that 9 times out of 10, and I will continue saying it until I'm purple in the face. Caleb Fields is what it means to be a Red Wolf. He absolutely dominated the point guard position over his time as an Arkansas State Red Wolf. He played while he was hurt. He played while he was damaged. He played no matter what.
Yeah.
He truly showed what it meant to be the heart and soul of the Arkansas State Red Wolves men's basketball team through the coaching change, through different lineup changes with transfers coming in, going out. Then you go to Jalen Rayner.
Yes, Jalen Rayner.
Star quarterback Jalen Rayner. Jalen Rayner didn't start the season as quarterback #1. He got playing time in the Stony Brook game, and he showed great promise as a young freshman quarterback. And the Southern Miss game rolls around. We actually announced it a little too early that he was getting the start on Saturday. Sorry about it. But so Jalen Rayner really embodied kind of what it meant to be maybe a rookie freshman. He really showed what it meant to kind of usher in a new era for football.
Yes. And then we have Isaiah Nelson now. Everybody loves Zay. I mean, you're looking at him. If you've gone to a Red Wolves basketball game, he's the guy. He brings the energy. He'll start. He'll come down court, get a slam dunk. He's high-fiving. He's a fan favorite. How could he not be Player of the Year nominee? The fans love him. The team loves him. He brings chemistry to that locker room and just brings great positive attitude. He was one of the reasons we went on that run in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. And so why couldn't you really go out and put Zay on there? And then the last nominee for Player of the Year is Mr. Colby Edos on the track and field team. He did it all. He won first place at the Sun Belt Conference Championship in the indoor division, and he's just an upcoming star for the Red Wolves from Australia. He's not from America. He's from Australia, so shout out to him. He's very promising, and he's going to win a lot of gold medals here for the Red Wolves. But now, after going through all the players and all the nominees,
we're going to give you a second to lock in your guess.
Lock in your guess.
We're going to give you 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 1, 2. Lock in your answers now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your guess now. Cooper, drum roll, please. And the winner of the 2023-2024 Player of the Year for Red Wolf Roundtable is the heart and soul, Caleb Fields.
I mean,
that's kind of a no-brainer.
You should have saw it coming. Everyone was a great option, but the senior, he stuck around forever. What people say to be a true Red Wolf, and there's people are wanting his number retired, this and that. But Caleb Fields, if you've been to Arkansas State anytime between 2019 to now, you know the name.
Yep. Again, the certificate reads that this certificate is given to Caleb Fields and his contributions to Arkansas State basketball, as well as truly embodying what it means to be a Red Wolf. Now, again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, greatest point guard in Arkansas State history. did a lot of good things for the community in Jonesboro, did a lot of good things for the team, did a lot of good things socially being with the esports team for the ASU-TV Sports Special. But, again, congratulations, Mr. Caleb Fields. But, Cooper, that was the only award of that segment.
Yes.
We're going to, again, take another break because this is a long award show.
We got Red Wolf Roundtable Awards now.
This is the one I'm most excited for. Now, when we come back, we're going to give away Cooper and I's special awards to some very special people that may have helped out with Red Wolf Roundtable over the course of this year.
When you say experience counts, it's experience that counts for a lifetime.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU TV, and we're down to the final awards. Like we said before break, the Red Wolf Roundtable Awards. So these are special to me and Tristan. We thought long and hard about them and was like, you know what? Who are we gonna do? Who are we gonna pick? So the first Red Wolf Roundtable Award is for Guest of the Year. We've had many guests of the year come onto the show. We had Coach Rogers, CJ Peppers, LA, and Brad Bobo. Tristan, all great guests, but only one can win.
Yeah, and looking at the nominees, a lot of you guys remember the different episodes they were on. CJ Pepper came on, talked about his time on the Arkansas State team. Coach Rogers talked about, just what it means to be the head coach of the Red Wolves. Lauren did the same, and Brad Bobo actually came on the show and talked a little bit about, different things that was going on in football, gave us some good intel during the course of the year, but there's only one guest of the year, and I think it's time to cue up the band.
Yeah.
And the winner for Red Wolf Roundtable Guest of the Year is presented to Coach Destiny Rogers.
I mean, who else? So the reason to picking Coach Rogers, they had a big, if you don't remember, they had a big time game coming up against, who was it, Troy, I think? Or South Alabama? South Alabama. They had a big home game coming up, and we asked her, big home game, what's going to happen? And, she went into detail. She said, we're going to shock people. And funny story, at the end of that game, I saw Coach Rogers when she was going to her post-game press conference. She looked at me, and she said, I told you so. She looked at Izzy Higginbottom. She goes, I went on her show. And I said, I went on their show, and I said, I told you so. I told them what we were going to do today. And, she gave me a high-five hug and all that. And so Coach Rogers, good friend of Tristan.
Yep.
We saw her earlier with recruitment, so she's staying busy.
She's staying busy during the offseason. Now moving to the Red Wolf Roundtable Moment of the Year. Now this one, a lot of different things could have won this award. If there was a way that we could have done a tie, there definitely would have been a tie. But you're seeing the nominees on your screen now. The WrestleMania segment with Mr. Dustin Sullivan. The college football video game, when we got to announce that Arkansas State was actually in the game, we announced it on our Instagram first. Don't listen to what the football team says. Post game at OU, and the chance that we got to call the Sun Belt Conference games on Red Wolf Radio. Now this one marks the start of something new on the award show. This one is actually going to be the first one that gets presented to anybody.
Yeah.
So the winner of the Red Wolf Roundtable Moment of the Year, if he can get ready to come out, could you give me a drum roll, please? Goes to Mr. Easton John in the post-game show at Oklahoma. And I'll tell you why this gets presented to Mr. Easton John. So our first trip, we got to go to Columbus, Ohio. He didn't know he was winning this one. We're going off the cusp. So our first one, we got to go to Columbus, Ohio. And
there you go.
The second year we went to Norman, and Easton actually got to go on this one with us. And this is his final year as ASU-TV station manager. Been a great friend, helped us out a lot. So this one goes to you. Sorry, it's not really fancy.
Thank you. No, I'm going to put it in my room.
There you go.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So this one, Cooper, I'll let you.
We don't have any more graphics.
We don't have no more nominees, but
Yep.
Cooper, I'm going to let you kind of cue this one up.
Okay. So, for our next award, it's called the Red Wolf Roundtable Rookie of the Year. And so, Rookie of the Year, you're thinking, all right, it's a newcomer. They've proven themselves they can work for the quote-unquote big leagues, up in the professionals, some might say. And it was somebody that, helped us out at the lows of our, for Red Wolf Roundtable. We're not going to go get into that. But the Rookie of the Year is the following award is given to
Miss Zoe Zaffel. And she hates how I say her last name, but I do it just because she hates it. Miss Zoe, if you could come accept your award, please.
She's behind camera. For those who don't know, she has helped us out a lot with social media. She has made graphics for us for our social media. So she gets to accept the Rookie of the Year.
And she's totally going to beat us when we get off air. But congratulations for being the Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
All righty. So where were we? Moving forward now to the Red Wolf Roundtable Grit and Grind Award. Now this one kind of follows the Rookie of the Year in some extent, but this one goes to someone that has helped us a lot, helped us much like Zoe, and no matter what the task is, no matter if it's 5 minutes till showtime, 30 seconds till showtime, no matter what this person is doing, they always say yes, I can help, whatever you need me to do. So the winner of the Red Wolf Roundtable Grit and Grind Award goes to Miss Kinsey Cutler. Miss Kinsey, come on down and claim your prize.
Yep, so Kinsey, she started off on Roundtable at the beginning of this year. She made a lot of cool videos for our Instagram page during football season. And, when we were busy making graphics and we're like, could you cut up some footage for us real quick? She would get it done right away, no complaints at all. So thank you for all your help this year.
All righty. Now, this one is... The last three are the biggest three for us on the Red Wolf Roundtable side, because this is the ones that we thought long and hard, because every person the three people that we're giving these awards to, minus Easton, really deserved something.
All right, so
hold on. We gotta do this one right. We gotta do this one right.
Okay.
So this one goes to somebody that, not kind of like the last two, done a lot for us, always said yes, never kind of turned a blind eye to us when a lot of people should have. This person not only is my mentor, me and Cooper's mentor, but he is my most favorite person when it comes to the School of Media and Journalism. Easton, cue that theme song.
So you might be thinking, what in the old school was that? What in 2008 was that? Well, if you were watching, you saw a shot of the crowd and you saw, the BCM naked men. And there was a guy with, red hair, hairline receding a little bit already, with his shirt off with the big red S. I mean, just look at that man. If you don't know who that is, that's Professor Mr. Sullivan, who does so much, ESPN legend, some might say. And so, Tristan, winning the Red Wolf Roundtable Shiny Award is presented to Dustin Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan, could you come out here right now and accept this award?
Oh.
He has
He
breaking
said he
news.
couldn't accept it, but he has breaking news.
Well, all right. Well, we've been fired from Red Wolf Roundtable. Just kidding, but, you know, the Shiny Award is because he shines like a star, and if you ever see that beautiful bald head of his,
Some may
shiny.
say it's perfect for when you, after lunch you got something to eat. You know the joke. You know the joke. But Mr. Sullivan, he's done a lot for us. He's done a lot for ASU-TV. He's done a lot for the School of Media and Journalism. One of the best storytellers I've ever met. You know, him and Jonathan Reeves go hand in hand with that. But he's made us what we are today. He's made Red Wolf Roundtable what it is today. He's made ASU-TV what it is today. So none of this is possible without the legend, Mr. Sullivan. I mean, there's just not much more to say about the legend himself, other than he's nothing more than a bucket-headed, most loving, most caring, most stratisfactory. I don't even know what that word means. We're making up words today.
Yeah, but, you know, here he is now, the man, the myth, the legend, the
Come here.
guy
I'm glad
himself.
you're here. I got some in my teeth.
The person who gave us an opportunity to be on this show.
You're my favorite sports guys. I love y'all. You're in a tie for my favorite show because they're all my favorite shows on ASU-TV. But
Okay.
I'll accept it, but here's the thing with you guys. It ain't over. You're back next year.
We're back! But-
He's done confirmed that we're back.
Yes, so this is the last episode for this semester before we go on to summer break. But if you want to keep up with Tristan and I and all the shenanigans we might be doing this summer, be sure to follow us on Instagram at redwolfroundtable.com or not .com, on Instagram.
I was going to say, we have a website now?
Maybe, I don't know. But just follow us on Red Wolf Roundtable on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you see a crazy post on Twitter, that's probably Tristan.
Sorry.
He gets a little amped up. But, you know, there could be more transfer portal news over the summer. We will be reporting on that. But
Hey, Norchad O'Meara's in the portal. You never know what's going to happen.
let's play Where Will Norchad Go?
Yeah. But anyways, guys, again,
Thank you.
from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for this semester. You know, it didn't exactly go maybe the way we wanted it at first, but we were able to come back, produce a great product, and we will see you guys next year.